Welcome to Cleveland, home of the newly minted American League Central champions. Final 2 weeks of the regular season as the Sox and Indians get together for the first of three here on NBC Sports Chicago, home of the authentic fan. And we thank you for joining us once again, Jason Benetti. Tom Paciorek in for tonight. Good to see you once again.
Thank you, Jason. Great to be here.
You want a pitcher's duel?
I do, and we got two number ones here tonight, Jason. It's going to be really a lot of fun. Carlos Rodon is obviously the number one for the Chicago White Sox, and he's on the mound today. He had a great outing against the Tribe. His last time out in August, he's 4-2 with a 2.44 career ERA. When he's got great command of that breaking ball, which we're seeing right here, he is devastating. And plus, he can throw that fastball about 96 miles an hour as well. His opponent, though, is the best, former Cy Young Award winner. I'll tell you what, this guy, Kluber, is excellent, and he's going to be a tough opponent tonight. Yeah,
he certainly is. We've seen him win the Cy Young Award. Maybe he doesn't have the same stuff as previous, but it's still pretty good.
Well, when you're going for your 19th win at this stage of the season, you got to be pretty good. He's 11-4 in a career against the Sox with below 3-point earned run average, and he has a great ability to have every pitch look exactly the same out of his hand, from his fastball to his changeup, and he's got 4 different pitches and great command. If the Sox are going to have any success against Kluber tonight, they've got to get in and out of there on 1 or 2 pitches because he's got great control.
You got your accordion ready for tonight?
Oh, it's polka time, we hope, because Daniel Polka has been swinging that bat. How about those 2 home runs he hit against the Baltimore Orioles on Sunday? And that 24th homer is a rookie record for left-handed hitters.
He almost hit the warehouse. That doesn't happen much.
I'll tell you, he's got tremendous power, and he can go either way as well. So, you know, hopefully Daniel could be a key component to this game tonight if they're going to have anything to do against Corey Kluber.
He struggled some with Kluber. Maybe he gets him tonight. We'll find out. Sox and Indians, game number 1 of 3. Kluber and Carlos Rodon getting together for this opener. Join us after this.
tested, trusted Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. By Lexus, who encourages you to experience amazing. And by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite, hold true.
Here in Cleveland, House of Blues. Here they're going to have some great music there tomorrow night. Cleveland and the Sox, game number 1 of 3. As Yolmer Sanchez will lead it off for the Sox to face Corey Kluber. And here is the entirety of the White Sox lineup, brought to you by the Webb Auto Group. The best lineup of Chevys, Fords, Mitsubishi, Genesis, and Hyundais at the best price. Go to webcars.com. Sanchez followed by Anderson and Palka. Timpson, Kluber pretty well. Garcia, Narvaez, and Davidson, Lamar, Moncada, and Engel. Your starting 9 would be.
And the defensive setup by Terry Francona for the Tribe is presented by UI Health. As you look at Kluber warming up, I tell you, this is a good lineup. They're not playing, I don't think, up to their capabilities, but they've already clinched, so there's not a whole lot that that they can do in that regard. Brantley, Kipnis, and Cabrera, the outfielders. Donaldson, Lindor, Ramirez, and
Yonder Alonso.
Jan Gomes is the catcher, and Yonder is at first base.
Look, we got Yonder, Jan, and Yandy in the same lineup, so look.
And our Lexus experienced amazing starting pitcher for the team is 31-year-old right-hander Corey Kluber. 18-7, going for a career high tonight. He's 2.91 earned run average, and he's good. He's not going to walk you, folks. You got to get in there on the first or second pitch and get out of the batter's box, because he's just too good. He has a great delivery. He has 4 different pitches: fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, and you got to get in and out. Perfect.
Here are the 4 men walking the beat tonight. Mike Muchlinski is at the plate. Mike Winters, Ryan Blakeney, Marty Foster. Your 4 umpires here at Progressive Field. Corey Kluber, for his career against the White Sox starting 9, has a batting average against of 178. These 9 have 24 hits all time against him. So, as you said in the open, he's been great against the Sox in his career. He's won the Cy Young already, and his first pitch is grounded to second base. As you said, get him early. Even if you make an out, get him early.
Well, that's exactly what he wants to do. You know, you mark all the great pitchers of the past. Greg Maddux always comes to mind. He always threw first strike 1, and then if you got behind, then he was dealing and hitting the corners.
How good has he been, especially in the second halves of seasons with Cleveland, Terry Francona?
Oh, Terry is, you know, that's where I think Cleveland has the advantage in the playoffs, Jason. I think that his experience will prove to make dividends, because he's got more, say, the Alex Cora and the Booney over at Aaron Boone at the Yankees. You know, it's just, and even Houston. So, you know, you got to think that they have an advantage in that respect.
And it's not necessarily to take anything away from those guys, but you have a guy who does not have losing seasons in Terry Francona, and so masterfully handles his bullpen and his clubhouse. You've got to assume that counts for something.
It does, especially when you come from Boston. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Kluber is slinging it. 2 down very quickly on 4 pitches. But some days you go to the ballpark and you look at the marquee and you see the 2 pitchers' names, and you're going to get a good one, and we are tonight.
Yeah, that one right there started on the outside corner and broke about 8 inches outside, so Tim Anderson had no chance on that one.
So 2 down for Daniel Palka, who's 5 for 45 against Cleveland this year. He has not had great success against this team. The one thing about Kluber this year is his strikeout numbers are down. He used to strike out about 11.5 per 9. That was last year. That's down to roughly 9 per 9 innings, as this pop-up should do it. Ramirez transplanted from third base with the acquisition of Donaldson. 6 pitches for Kluber. See you later. Carlos Rodon, your move. Lindor, Brantley, and Ramirez, Diaz, Donaldson, Cabrera, Alonso, Gomes, and Kipnis, your starting 9.
And the defensive setup by Ricky Renteria for his White Sox, presented by UI Health, has Lamar, Engel, and Garcia in the outfield. Sanchez, Anderson, Moncada, and Davidson around the horn, and Omar Narvaez behind the plate. And Carlos Rondon, the 25-year-old left-hander from North Carolina State, is 6-5, a good 3.10 earned run average, and he can punch you out. You're not going to get many hits off him. If he's got his good command tonight, this could be an outstanding pitching matchup.
Well, first pitch strike at 92, right down the chute, and off we go as Lindor, truly one of the best young players in baseball, stands in.
Really good.
On the ground to his counterpart. Anderson's got to rush it, and Tim gets there under the wire for out number 1.
Well, that was a changeup, and he had all his momentum going towards first base as he was swinging at that pitch, basically one-armed. So Timmy got on his horse, and that was a heck of a play. Look at this right here. He's coming out of the chutes in a hurry, and you know the speed of the runner, and look at it, about a half a step. Challenge maybe? I guess not.
Well, Lindor either was doing his 747 impersonation or he thought he was safe. The dude smiles at every moment in the game. He was out and he was smiling.
Yeah. Well, he knows he's going to come back. Get at least 3 more chances tonight.
Try and keep it at 3 total. See if we can get dueling no-hitters into the 7th or something.
That'd be nice. Here's a guy who's really come back nicely, hadn't he? Michael Brantley.
Yes, he has. Moncada for round number 2, and on Players Weekend, Francisco Lindor had Mr. Smile on the back of his jersey, and that's the reason why. He knew he was trying to pull a fast one, unlike Winters over at first.
Boy, you just got to love having guys like him on your team. Play with. They just love the game, and they're having fun every minute of every day.
Who was that guy in the clubhouse other than you?
Oh, boy. Well, I was happy to be there. You know who had that kind of zest for the game, but he didn't play as long as everybody wanted and thought he could because of injuries, was Bobby Valentine.
Yeah.
I thought Bobby could have been one of those guys just like that, having immense amount of fun and plus being a great player to boot.
Take a look at tonight's Indeed player resume. It's Jose Ramirez against the Sox this season. 5 homers, 6 walks, 356 average, slugging over 750. That ball's tagged to shortstop. Anderson for round number 3. 13 total pitches in the first inning. Don't blink. No score. Manfreds, Tim Anderson, Nicky Delmonico, Ron Kittle, and others December 9th for Sox on the Beach with Apple Vacations. Say 7 nights at the all-inclusive Iberostar Paraíso Lindo and beautiful Riviera Maya, Mexico. There will be a private welcome party, an autograph session, food and drink, special group activities with your White Sox hosts. AppleVacations.com/White Sox is where you book it right now.
Wow, tú hablas mucho español.
Sí, muy bien. No, you didn't hit your SAP button at home. Ramirez for out number 1.
Well,
that sounds like a fun trip, though. I'm telling you, I might hop on a plane and take in a little bit of that. 1 down. We've got 7 outs in this game, and there have been 14 pitches thrown.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
Now, this Cleveland team is really in an interesting situation because they've clinched, right? They're 14.5 up on Minnesota. They've won the division. But you've got to make sure that you're playing to the finish line to be ready for the playoffs. You would think, right?
Yeah, you know, I always remember the '83 season with the Sox when we clinched. I think it was the first week of September. It might have been close to September 1st. And we were playing what people might have called meaningless games. Even though you're trying as hard as you can to win, it wasn't the same as a playoff atmosphere or a real tight finishing schedule. So that's what they're going to have to battle, I think. There's that changeup, boy. Everything comes out of the same slot.
They call it tunneling nowadays, where, but no, you call it whatever you want to call it. The scientists call it tunneling to refer to that very same thing, that the ball comes out of the same slot, and you got to make a decision so close to the ball's arrival, you got no chance.
Yeah, I think the best approach against Kluber, look fastball away and take your chances, because he's going to live mainly on the outside part of the plate.
That's strike 3 downstairs. Another changeup for Narvaez, and 2 down.
And as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the Hold True moment later in tonight's ball game. And we are told that the Sox clinched on this day in 1983.
A stat that just fell out of Chris Kampka's beard, as they're prone to do. How was that clinching party?
Good. What I remember.
I was gonna say. Details are hazy. Lindor with the one-hopper. I think he did it on purpose. A little soft touch. We'll try and jog Whippy's memory of '83 after this. Who's the best pitcher you've seen this year?
Wow. On my club or on any club?
Any other club?
Well, obviously we're going to face one of the best today in Kluber. We saw Saylor in Boston. There are a number of guys out there that are pretty elite pitchers. So I'd be hard pressed to tell you I'm going to lock it down to one guy. That would be inaccurate. I think there are multiple top-notch major league pitchers, and we've had to face them along the road. So I'll just name those two and leave it at that.
Thanks, Ricky.
You're welcome.
That's a great question, Jason. And, but you got to think about Trevor Bauer. You talk about a guy with stuff from an American League standpoint. I would maybe point to him because he is just filthy.
If he didn't get hurt in front of the Sox actually back in August, he might be the front runner. I think you're right for that Cy Young Award here in the American League.
We didn't see the Mets this year, did we? Because Jake DeGrom has been head and shoulders above everybody else in the National League.
And thank goodness we're at a point where, so what, he goes 8-9. He's been that good that he deserves that attention.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. If you're on a bad team, it's not your fault.
That's right.
They just haven't scored any runs. They haven't scored much for any pitcher on their staff. But this guy has been absolutely incredible. Overpowering with his fastball, and then he's got great breaking stuff too, with tremendous command.
2-2 from Carlos, and there's another ground ball. You mentioned Trevor Bauer. He was actually on the field earlier today in an effort to get ready for the postseason. That broken leg about a month and a week ago, and he threw some batting practice today in a simulated game situation before this game.
Yeah, it looks like he looks pretty good right there. What he does, watch his delivery too. He comes over them. He's herky-jerky too, which adds a little bit to the deception factor too. And he has got a hammer when you're talking about his curveball.
He is as explosive to the plate as you're going to see, and he's got 7 or 8 different pitches too.
Yeah, and the thing about postseason games, it's usually that real hard thrower with the great overpowering stuff that is successful, and that's why Cleveland really needs him in the postseason.
Especially with the rotations they're going to go up against. I mean, Houston's pretty loaded. The Red Sox are pretty loaded, especially if Sale's healthy.
Yeah.
But then you look at Carlos Rodon and what he's done this year for the Sox since getting healthy. His first start at Fenway Park, he's kind of getting his sea legs under him. But boy, when he's been good, he's been in that echelon type of pitcher.
I agree, and plus he's got youth on his side too, where he's only going to get better, but he's got to stay healthy. Speaking of staying healthy, how about Josh Donaldson? He was a steal. They think he could be a big asset to them down the stretch.
There's ball 4. It's a one-out walk first base runner tonight for either team. Yeah, Donaldson, there was some controversy around the fact that the Indians got him. Was he injured? Was he not injured? Should he be available? Should other teams have had a better shot at him? Did everyone have full disclosure? And then in the end, after all that, he's here, he's available. Some might say just deal with it.
I would think so. If he was healthy, he would have been playing with Toronto, that's for sure.
Yeah. He's a talented hitter. Melky down the line to left field. Lamar very quickly over there, and he struggles with it in the corner. So now here comes the run. Donaldson scores. Melky Cabrera to second, and the Indians are on the board first here in the second inning.
Melky Cabrera has been a good find for these guys. Another one of those late signers. And he gets ahead of the bat out on this one. No chance for the third baseman on a diving effort. Sanchez, no way, Yomer. And Lamar does have trouble picking it up, and looks like Donaldson is running pretty good. I mean, he's never was a real burner, but he never was slow, and it looks like he's running pain-free, which I think is it's going to make the Cleveland people happy.
Yeah, especially because they can move Ramirez over to second base, where they felt like maybe long-term he was going to be anyway with Lindor. That goes as an RBI double. You think he could pull off that hairdo?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't. Why do guys do that? I have no idea.
Style.
Whoa.
Yonder Alonso. You know, normally in a game like this, you would see the lefties on the bench for Cleveland, considering what Carlos Rodon has done historically against left-handers. But you kind of get the feeling that Terry Francona wants his lefties to face a tough lefty to be playoff ready.
No question about it. That's exactly why he's doing it. Yeah, if he's got, you know, Rodon's got the similar stuff to, say, a Chris Sale. And you got to see that's good stuff. You got to be able to hit good pitching. Ow.
That is going to be a hit by pitch.
It almost looked like he swung at that, didn't it?
Yeah, you could argue that at least he was close.
See, he's moving forward. Watch his hands. And I guess he does stop it. That's painful. Ooh, it looked like right on the knuckles, didn't it?
Yeah, that's not. Oof. You don't want that to happen if you're a hitter. Carlos still doesn't think he hit him. Trying to figure out what happened. Rodon is. I think Ricky Renteria is going to ask to challenge this. Well, second inning, extra base runner. Yan Gomes coming up. It'll either be first and second, one out, or runner at second, one out, and Alonso still at the plate. Let's see.
I don't think he did. I don't, based on that look.
You think it hit him though?
It hit something. Yeah, it looked like it hit the hand, but I don't know. That's interesting. And maybe he's arguing that it hit the bat just above his hand, or
that's
part hand, part bat.
Yeah, that's if it catches a portion of the bat, that ends up being a foul ball.
Right.
So we'll see. But this is one of the toughest calls to overturn on instant replay because it's so very difficult to get definitive evidence. Watch the ball as we slow it down. Watch where it comes in and where it makes contact. It actually looked like it went a little bit further up the handle.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Don't you think?
Right there it does. Sure.
Yeah. But again, it's very difficult to have definitive proof to overturn. And so they're going to leave him at first base. The Sox will lose their challenge. It's almost to the point where you have to have, I mean, it's got to be just a total miss by the umpires for you to challenge that, because what are you going to say on a ball like that? Could you definitively say that hit the bat?
We really couldn't, and we've looked at it many times. So, but at least the good news is that you got a chance to get out of this inning with a double play on one pitch. Gomes is a dangerous hitter.
He has struggled to see Rodon in the past. He's 1 for 13 against Carlos. So the Sox are out of challenges, and they'll have to wait until the 7th inning for crew chief review to get back on the replay headset. That was a strike, and he didn't get it because of the reach. Well, you know you're in Cleveland because the drum,
oh boy,
is pounding.
Wouldn't you love to be sitting next to that guy? There,
on the ground past Anderson. Melky's coming home, and the Indians have taken a 2-0 lead.
Boy, it looked like Timmy didn't get a real good jump on that, and I think the base runner may have gotten in his way. Cabrera.
Yeah, Tim's watching because he got screened as well. Let's look.
Let's see. Yeah, pretty well. There's a little bit of a view. That ball was hit very hard, though. Good job of hitting by Gomes, and here comes Melky. Not the fastest runner in the world, but now Cleveland with a 2-run lead.
Such a big hit batter. You've got 2 lefties in the bottom 3 hitters in this lineup. You give up one of those possible outs with the plunking of Alonso. And Kipnis takes a strike.
Need another ground ball.
Yeah, this one preferably to the right side, the way the Sox are aligned defensively here. Well, that'll do. Anderson, Moncada, double play. You ask for a bag of cash next time? Might come into the booth. 2-0 here.
And 6,300 top doctors. Book your same-day appointment at advocatehealth.com. That's right. Get those physicals.
Can I welcome some folks while we're at it?
Absolutely.
While they're getting the physicals? We'd like to welcome White Sox fans watching NBC Sports Chicago on Auburn Essential Services in Auburn, Indiana.
Auburn, yes.
Yes.
They got all the Hawks money in Auburn, don't they?
Do they? They do.
A little smidge here and there.
It's north of Fort Wayne.
Oh, okay.
Have you been?
I've been to Fort Wayne.
Yeah. Here's Ryan Lamar. And you mentioned it earlier. Corey Kluber, it's not dazzling stuff in terms of break, but they all look alike.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not really overpowering like Bauer, like we were just talking about. But look at that right there. The ball, the slider just kind of disappears. And it's always in a good location. Watch this pitch to a right-handed hitter. He lives away. Right on the outside corner. Not many guys are going to hit that pitch.
Yeah, and Ryan thought it was a fastball, I think.
Oh, sure. And there is a fastball. A little. Now that one was a sinker. That one had a little down. Yeah, it looked like a two-seamer. So, you know, when you combine all his pitches, he throws a four-seam fastball, a two-seam fastball, a little bit of a cutter, and then you got the slider and the curveball that he throws. So changeup. Good Lord, he's got an assortment, and that's why he's winning 18 games a year, and he's going for his career high tonight. This would be his 19th.
He is a gem of a pitcher that they thought for a while was going to be a bullpen arm. He was struggling in AAA and then figured it out. 2014, a 2.44 ERA, won the Cy Young Award. Then last year, the 2.25 ERA. I mean, just ridiculous numbers. Last year, walks and hits per inning was .87, less than a base runner per inning. I mean, that's remarkable.
Yeah, that's really unheard of, especially in this day of walks.
Center field, Moncada squared it up, and that ball carries over Kipnis. That ball kept on going, and Yoan Moncada has a one-out double against Kluber.
Well, you can cancel the postgame show, the Hawkaroo would say. Boy, that one really did. You were dead on with that one. It looked like the center fielder, Kipnis, had a beat on it, but he didn't. That ball just kept carrying. He created a lot of underspin with that ball. But that was a great swing by Johan. He's got to start duplicating that because he's got too much talent to have the numbers he has right now.
Yeah, Kipnis' line, by the way, he's a second baseman by trade. He started coming in on that ball. And this is a guy who, his first season in the Indians minor leagues, he played some center field in Mahoning Valley in the New York Penn League. But after that, it was no outfield. So he's just getting reacclimated after playing a little bit there last year. Here's Adam Engel.
Well, they're going to have to make a decision on that. Look at that ball just tailing in on him at 92 miles an hour.
It's wild to watch Kluber's stuff. If you put each pitch on top of one another and see how absolutely late it breaks.
Yeah. Well, we were talking to Tom Hamilton, the legendary voice of the Tribe, before the game today, and he says that Kluber's stuff probably isn't as good as it has been in years past, but it's still really, really good. He might have a clunker or two now and then. And that was a backup right there. And when you got that kind of movement, you can get away with this pitch.
By the way, if you are in the ballpark and you hear a voice resonating around your seat, it's probably his.
He's been around how many years now? God, he's a fixture here, and he is really, really good.
Look at how intense he is.
Oh, yeah.
He's flipping that highlighter like he's being cavalier, but he's locked in now.
He's got his game face on, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He is in playoff mode.
Well, I think he's as big a Cleveland fan as Hawk is a White Sox fan, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
And
he doesn't suffer bad baseball either, Tom Hamilton. No. He loves when the Indians are good.
Yeah.
And he can pick a polo shirt or two. How many stats does he have on that wall?
Many.
Does he start highlighting at 8 in the morning?
Something like that, probably.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Engel. Moncada at second, 1 out in the third.
Wow,
struck him out. Cutter away. And you talk about lethal breaking balls. Rodon and Kluber have those. Coming into this game, starting pitchers, lowest batting average allowed by the breaking pitch. Carlos at 0.62, Kluber not far behind.
Isn't that interesting? Blake Snell, now there's a guy who's filthy. Man. The left-hander from Tampa.
How good is he?
Yeah, he's a definite candidate for Cy Young. He is phenomenal. Every time I've seen that kid pitch, he's been overpowering.
He's got kind of that edge, too, where you can tell he doesn't like many people.
Yeah, he does. He's kind of like a baby-faced killer, you know, out there. He just looks really young, and it's just amazing the talent that guy has.
So 25 pitches deep, 7 balls, 18 strikes, and you have to wager at least one of those 7 balls was intentional, trying to get a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes wherever Kluber wants when he's pitching well. The 2-0 Cleveland on a 2-run second inning. Cabrera and Gomes with RBIs. And now Yolmer wants time. Jose Abreu out of the lineup tonight with an infection in his thigh. Sox saying that it's not at all related to the issue he had with the surgery a couple of weeks ago. As Sanchez rolls over and the inning comes to an end. Sox get a hit from Moncada, but that's it. Has been the better pitcher. 2.57 ERA. Strikeout to walk ratio, Kluber is better, but fewer hits for sure for Carlos Rodon.
Yeah.
Carlos was damaged by the 4-pitch walk to Donaldson, kind of out of character for tonight.
And then the hit batsman, it looked like he was a little bit out of sync. Now he's got to get back down because the top of the order is really tough for Cleveland.
Hey, you got Lindor, Brantley, and Ramirez coming up. As you saw,
he takes a cut.
Oh my gosh! As you saw earlier today, Carlos will basically challenge anybody in anything. Carlos Rodon, with how competitive he was. We were standing in the clubhouse a couple hours before the game, and he said, "Let's play Golden Tee, the freestanding golf game." As he whips it on the first.
Them.
I did not do anything of this sort, but we were close. But again, like, seen that on days that he pitches routinely, he just wants to beat people at whatever he's playing.
Oh yeah.
And he wants to go. So when you talk about top of the rotation mentality, you kind of have to have that feel.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got to believe in yourself, and I think that well, you look at the #1 pitchers around the league, and they have this air about them that just exudes confidence, and along with great talent, of course. That's not gonna hurt you, but those #1s, I'll tell you what, they're coming hard to find nowadays.
Brantley early swing, base hit to right. Ramirez will bat. Who's a prototypical guy for you that you played around that you were like, this is the #1 I want on my side, whether you played against him or with him?
You know, the first name that comes to my mind is Lamar Hoyt.
Really?
Yeah, because Lammer would get the ball and throw it. I mean, his control was impeccable. He'd average about a walk every 10 innings when he was really on his game. And he'd get it and throw it to you too. So he made the defense better, and you always played a little bit harder for those guys because you're in and off the field a lot. So Lambert comes to mind of the guys that I played with, but I'm sure there's a lot of other guys too that I would point to.
What was he like personality-wise, Lamar Hoyt?
Lay back, not the really go-getter type guy, but he knew he could pitch. And, you know, Richard Dotson, of course, was on that staff, too, along with Britt Burns and Floyd Bannister. So you're looking at a heck of a lot of talent right there. Any one of them could have been a #1.
Left field, Ryan Lamar patrolling there tonight. And take your family of 4 to one more White Sox game this season with the family 4-packs. You'll get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 chips, and 4 sodas for as low as $49. Upper and lower level packages are available. Get yours at whitesox.com/4-packs today. Or you could just get a family 4-pack for yourself.
Yeah.
And take all the food.
I like that idea.
If you're a spread killer. Yandy Diaz takes ball number 1.
Well, Jimmy Angio and I used to call ourselves the cleanup crew.
Our
Anything
director.
that was left over on the spread, we ate.
That ball's a laser to right field. Avi is there to make the catch. We're out number 3. Quick inning. 1 stranded, 2-0. Man, first correct answer wins a prize from the road. Number of games left minus the number of games with Cleveland left, multiplied by home games left, plus the number of teams Albert Bell played for after the Sox.
1.
I don't think so, but we'll check. Here's Tim Anderson to take strike 1. You were talking about it earlier. 20 years ago, Albert Bell's second half.
Oh, Lord.
Is as good of a second half as you're ever going to see.
I've ever seen in my life. And, you know, we had Frank Thomas on that team, too, who had a great. Albert finished with 50 homers, over 50 homers, 50 doubles. He hit 320 and he drove in 150 runs. Unbelievable. I never saw a guy locked in for like a 3-month span than I did see Albert.
Yeah.
It was incredible to watch.
I know watching as I was growing up in Chicago, when the Sox got Albert Bell, I was like, first of all, thank goodness.
Yeah.
We don't have to play against him anymore.
Oh, yeah, for
and then
sure.
Second of all, because they were showing highlights. We were on the field earlier. They were showing highlights on the video board. And that swing, I mean, he just tarred baseballs.
Yes, he did. Strong guy. Boy, I'll tell you, they had some other guys, too, that tarred it. How about Manny Ramirez when he was young? Kenny Lofton. Tomey coming up. Travis Fryman was a good player. And then you had Omar Vizquel. And then Robbie Alomar comes along. You talk about some great players.
I mean, even Baerga.
Baerga was a fine player. Oh, yeah. He was a 200 hit man a few years. And then you replace him with Robbie Alomar.
And you could never hit it to shortstop because Omar's standing there.
Forget about it. He's a Hall of Famer for me.
What a luxury for the Sox A-ball team this year to have him as a manager.
Yes, sir. Had a great year. A lot of good prospects there. All right, Daniel. First 3-1 count for sure. First hitters count I think I can remember tonight.
It's a first 3-ball count. In fact, I've got it as the first second 2-ball count. And there's ball 4. Palka takes a walk, and Avi comes up. Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the Chicago White Sox into your X1 voice remote and get live team stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. With Tom Paciorek, Jason Benetti, and our entire crew here in Cleveland. Steve Stone will be back tomorrow. He is observing the Jewish holiday tonight. And then you and Stoney on Thursday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You'll be covering that big game in Florida.
Yeah, we'll be at UCF on Friday nights.
Oh, when you put those two teams together, you can throw out the record books.
I don't appreciate you being so facetious about my football game. No, that's the nation's longest win streak.
That's right.
Hosting UCF, Lane Kiffin on Friday night.
Yeah. That should be a really good game.
Oh, thanks. Upon reflection.
Well, how about Northwestern losing to the Zips of Akron? Anything can happen.
That's noted Wildcat supporter and White Sox fan Pat Fitzgerald, the head coach there. I mean, he's a huge Sox fan. Man. That was a rough game for Pat and his Cats.
Yeah, especially as intense as he is, and what a great player he was at Northwestern too. To have that, boy, that's tough. That's a bad blow. Looks like a fastball, feels like a fastball, turns into a slider.
Yeah, then it quacks like a duck.
Yeah. No, this guy's tough.
So 1-2 to Avi. You got Palka at first, who has his 6th walk of the month, which is actually the most for any Sox player so far in September.
Yeah.
Kluber 1-2. He struck him out. Boy. Good run on that 2-seamer, and you really have no chance.
Well, that swung back. That was actually turned out to be a hittable pitch, but Avi just kind of froze. He sees it, he thinks it's outside and up, and all of a sudden it swings back. The guy who really made that pitch popular was Greg Maddux. When I saw him pitch, he'd do that to right-handers, make them give up on a pitch, and especially to lefties, he'd throw it at their front hip and then catch the inside corner.
He manipulated that corner, that portion of the plate, as well as anybody.
It was like Picasso painting.
Did you get a chance to watch him paint?
No. Yeah, Picasso, he was pretty good.
Oh, Pablo and I.
On the Champs-Élysées, whatever that is.
You met Picasso in Paris?
No, I think he was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, might have taken a vacation or two.
I don't know where he's from. He couldn't hit a breaking ball either.
Omar to first, and that's foul right at the line. Alonso touching up 0-2.
The mark of a good pitcher too, you find out that funny swings that you see hitters taking. And you see a lot of them against Kluber.
And he makes it look so effortless on the mound.
Yes.
Just catching it and throwing it.
Works quickly and gets his team off the field quickly. And then love pitchers like that.
Oh, 2 on the ground, second base. Ramirez for out number 3, and this interrupts art history class with Tom Paciorek. 2-0 bottom 4 next.
Thursday, join NBC Sports Chicago for a taping of Beer Money, presented by Coors Light. Head over to Real Time Sports Bar and Grill in Elk Grove Village at 5 to put your best sports trivia knowledge to the test for a chance to take home cash. Ooh, that sounds like fun.
That's money. You're not taking home Mike Krzyzewski, the Sox pregame coach, who they call cash. You don't get to take him home.
Okay.
Do you?
I never thought about that. Never
sure Cash hasn't either.
Thank you.
So Donaldson takes ball number 1. And off we go with the home 4. Thanks for joining us tonight. He's Tom Paciorek. I'm Jason Benetti. Our entire crew at Progressive Field, which has held up very well over the past now nearly 25 years.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I think so. It's a great ballpark. Cleveland has had a lot of good teams too to enjoy in this ballpark, as opposed to the municipal stadium across the street.
You did the last game there, right?
I did. Hawk and I did that. There was 80,000 people there last game of the season. Cleveland, that was kind of fun. We also did the last game at Comiskey.
Saw in right field a new retired number since we were last here. Jim Thomey's number. Retired by the Indians.
Very nice.
There he is. Next to Larry Doby and Bob Lemon. Carlos misses with ball 4. Second time he's walked Donaldson. There's a statue to Jim Thomey, and you can tell.
Yeah, that's him. Right beyond his head is that bat pointed at the pitcher. That was classic, wasn't it?
Oh.
But Jim, that's how you recognize him. What a great power hitter, and what a great guy.
One of the best you'll ever meet.
From Peoria, Illinois.
He was a great basketball player growing up. Ended up getting hurt playing basketball and fully turned his attention to baseball. But to see his reaction when his father got to screw in the plaque in Cooperstown, it was just beautiful.
Yeah. Yep.
Melky Cabrera takes a strike, 1-1. Indians got 2 in the second inning. Melky an RBI double, and then Yan Gomes 2 batters later an RBI single. To third, Sanchez, Moncada, and there's the double play, 5-4-3.
It's a way to get rid of that leadoff walk.
Yeah, it is. Here's your Sox math answer for tonight. Wimpy had it.
1.
It's not. Still is. 13 Sox games remaining, minus 6 games in Cleveland. That's 7.
Okay.
Times 6 home games remaining. That's 42.
There's 1.
Plus 1, which was your answer. Albert Bell went to Baltimore for a couple years after being with the Sox.
Yep. So I did get 1.
Yeah, you got one part of it. We round up.
And Albert had a bad hip injury, and that really prevented him from doing well there.
Yonder Alonso, both teams swinging early in counts tonight. And Alonso pays it off the base hit.
The better the pitcher, the earlier you better swing. You're not going to try and get a groove on what he's got or anything, because he's not going to show you much. He's going to throw you strike 1, so you better get out of there. Nice job by Yonder. He went over Yonder with that one.
Actually went over Yolmer.
Yeah, that's true.
Yonder went over Yolmer.
A lot of Y's in this game, huh?
Yeah,
First name Y's, 3 of them.
Well, 4. We got Yolmer, Yonder, Yan, and Yandy.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Yan Gomes, the Brazilian behind the plate.
You've got 4 Y's.
That's got to be a record.
It's got to be a record,
got to be a record, no question. Got a crack crew on that one immediately. We know that.
Chris Kampka's keyboard is burning in the truck right now. So Cleveland has had 3 for a portion of the year, so all it would take would be to have an opponent with a Y first name. Oh,
Yeah.
no. It's 5. Yoan Moncada.
Oh, my goodness.
Yolmer, Yoan, Jan, Yandi, and Yonder. It's got to be a record.
Okay, we'll take that out.
That will do it. 6-4. You mull that over. We're going to figure out who we have to email for that. I have no idea. Presented by Guaranteed Rate, your home team throughout the season and the official mortgage provider of the Chicago White Sox. Get started today at rate.com. Tremendous pitching matchup tonight. 2-0 Cleveland with the lead. Carlos Rodon's given up just a couple. Corey Kluber's only allowed a couple of base runners. And he'll face Davidson, Lamar, and Moncada here in the 5th. Matt 0 for 1 with a ground ball to shortstop. See the reaction? I mean, that's a breaking ball outside that he thought was going to tail in.
Yeah, he really disguises the spin on his pitches, if you can possibly say that. There it is again, only a little bit farther outside to induce the swing. A lot of funky swings tonight. Look at this. Man, I don't know what you do against this guy. I think you might want to move up in front of the plate if you're a right-handed hitter and try and take that slider away from him. Maybe get it before it really breaks.
You know, that's an interesting idea. Ricky Renteria was talking about that the other day in the context of another player. But hey, step up in the box, take away that late break.
Yes, and try and get that breaker while it's, maybe about thigh high instead of knee high. See, Matt is way deep in the batter's box, which most guys are. 99% of them are. Look at this.
To right field.
That's
and down, softly down the line. Davidson, a leadoff single. How pretty was that?
Well, he went away. Look, he's got his goat.
He did do it.
Yeah, he had a full beard, and he's got his lucky goat, and kind of shanks this one down the right field line, but he's happy to take it, especially with those being down 2 strikes. He came inside, made a perfect pitch.
You are responsible for this.
I know. That's a good look on him, isn't it?
Matt Davidson was walking through the dugout before the game, and he said, how do you guys, it was a group of us, maybe 5-6 people. He said, how do you guys think I would look with just a mustache? And we said, nah, not really sold on it. And Wimpy says, you know what? Goatee. Do a goatee. And lo and behold, it's only 2 weeks left of the season. Matt Davidson took your advice.
Doesn't he look handsome with that? I love it. And he got to hit the boot.
Yeah, now he's going to have to keep it.
Why not?
Well, there was that earlier in the season, about a month and a half ago, maybe longer. Alex Bregman from Houston changed his facial hair with every at bat.
Oh.
So he'd shave off a little bit of the mustache and come up and get a hit and then come off the field, and in between at bats he'd shave again. So maybe David's
it's working for him. He's got 100 RBIs right now, and he's in running for the MVP. Look at that pitch. That is just, I mean, it starts, it looks like a strike, feels like a strike. It's gone, and he gone. That's why, in another thing, I think you got to get it right on top of the plate, too, to try and take away that slider, if you're a right-handed hitter. He's just masterful on that pitch.
5th career 200 strikeout season.
Wow. On his glove side.
So 1 down, Moncada, and Yohan squared a ball up real good in the 3rd.
Yohan's a little bit closer to the front of the batter's box. Coming in.
He does, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. But to the glove side, it's not only the breaking ball. He throws that little cutter too, so you got different action.
You can swing it back. It's just.
Two balls and a strike on Moncada. That's his 50th pitch tonight, Corey Kluber. As the Indians set up their rotation for the postseason, they have clinched the Central.
Well, they got Carrasco. He's good.
They got a lot of good on that mound.
Bauer, though, to me, Clevenger's very good too, but Bauer to me is the key. He's got to come back, and I think he's got to start too.
Right side and through. Moncada has lit up a couple of balls from Kluber tonight. He's 2 for 2.
Well, maybe being up in front of the plate is helping him a little bit. Right there, a short, compact swing. Got a little bit more of the plate, I'm sure, that Kluber wanted. That's just a solid swing right there. Head behind the ball. And those 2 great swings by Moncada in this game.
Yeah, he's been all over Kluber. After coming in 1 for 15 career against him. 2 for 2 in this game.
Well, when he makes a bit of a mistake, you better capitalize on it. You get a pitch to hit, that, like right there, that's a good pitch to hit. Adam Engel decided to take it. You know, sometimes you don't even see the spin on and a pitch looked like a hanging breaking ball, and it's still a good pitch because of the rotation on it. Doesn't have that spiral or the cement mixer, as we call it.
What does that register as a hitter?
Can't see. Real hard.
Does not compute.
Does not compute. No, it's tough. Yeah, some guys, that's why some guys will get away with what appears to be mistakes because of the tight spin on either the slider or the curveball. And Kluber's more of a slider ball pitcher than he is curveball. Where Bauer, on the other hand, has got that snapdragon curve.
Yeah, that's as close to a 12-6 as you're going to see nowadays.
Close to Blyleven, as you'll see. Oh, boy.
Strike 3 on a breaking ball. And time for a Rocket Mortgage breakdown tonight. It involves the new 200 strikeout man this year. 3 pitchers, 200-plus strikeouts in Major League history. 4 times, dating back to 1967.
Wow. Dean Chance, Shimcott, faced him, faced Boswell, Durker, Griffin, and Wilson. Oh, yeah, there's a threesome right there.
Yeah.
Sanchez, Verlander, and Scherzer. Yeah, look at that. Carrasco and Corey Kluber, Trevor Bauer.
Clevenger's
going to be right there.
He's going to get there. They will be, if Clevenger does finish with 4 more strikeouts, the first team ever with 4 200 strikeout guys in one season.
But that Houston, they used to have guys like that that scare the daylights out of you. Don Wilson, he was mean, and Larry Dierker was a great pitcher for them in years back. And then, of course, when you added Nolan and J.R. Richards to that, so you talk about some stuff that's just ridiculous.
Another ground ball from Sanchez. This is fair. Alonso stops the bag, and that will do it. Halfway home, 2-0 Cleveland. Turn and fire here tonight.
Oh yeah, you tired, by the way?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm ready.
Okay, just checking. It might be windy.
Director's cut during the breaks. So Kipnis takes ball number 1. Yeah, just playing a little ping pong here in between half innings.
Yeah, that good exercise.
It's inside 2-0 from Carlos to Kipnis. And look, Cleveland has had some questions in center field this year because of injury, and now they put Kipnis there, and we'll see what the lineup looks like in the playoffs.
I wonder what the other options could be in a playoff situation. You know, Kipnis has been a big game player for them for a long time, but he's hit .227 this year. He does have some pop with 15 homers and 67 runs batted in.
We got the young kid Greg Allen, who's had some big hits for them, but is he an everyday sort of guy in the playoffs?
That's a good question.
You got Rajay Davis, who you know what you're going to get out of him. This ball's tagged to right field and deep. Avi at the wall. It's gone. The rare lefty home run against Carlos Rodon, and it's off the bat of Kipnis.
Well, one thing, Kipnis is not afraid to get a big hit, and he will hang in there against tough left-handers. Now, this is a pitch that Carlos would love to have back. Looks like a fastball, pretty much center cut and down. It's our 4th home run replay. Jason Kipnis puts him on the board, 3-0 lead.
Jason Kipnis is now the 8th left-hander all-time to homer off of Carlos Rodon. 8 for his career. Ohtani was the last.
I'm sure he's auditioning tonight. Kipnis is for a start against Price and Sale.
Yeah, as you said earlier, you can learn a lot about these lefties in a game like this.
Oh yeah. Same thing with Yonder.
So Cleveland is guaranteed, barring a complete and utter collapse by Houston, guaranteed to be locked into that 3rd seed.
Yeah.
So they will play the Astros in round 1. Unless, of course, Houston loses its lead to Oakland, et cetera, et cetera. But if the playoffs started now, it would be Houston and Cleveland. It's a 4-game spread right now between the Astros and the A's. Anderson on the grass, off the spin. It's wide.
Oh, wow, what a great try.
And so Lindor gets the extra base out of it.
And a big smile to go with it. Boy, this guy just flies down the line. That was a heck of a play by Anderson. The spin move, that's all he had. He knows the speed. That's a single E6. Yeah, no chance. Cleveland is going to be tough in the playoffs.
I think you and I completely agree on that. This is a dangerous team.
Dangerous team. I know the record doesn't show what the other teams have done, doesn't reflect the talent that they have, but you know, they've got pitching, they've got guys that can really swing the bat, and I think they've got pretty good defense too.
Yeah, you put Lindor and Ramirez up the middle at short and second base. That's as good of a combination as you're going to find.
Yeah, for offensively and defensively.
Yeah. So first, Davidson juggles and collects for round number 1. This Saturday, September 22nd, play the Sox Split 50-50 raffle presented by Wintrust for your chance to win a guaranteed jackpot of at least $50,000. $50,000. Play along with an online ticket purchase at whitesox.com/Sox Split. Sales start at 3 p.m. Saturday and last through the bottom of the 6th inning. 50 grand in the jackpot. Lindor at third, 1 out for Ramirez. And he went around. Here's a guy who you could make an argument for MVP
Yes,
for.
you could. 38 homers, 101 RBIs. And this is where good hitters put the ball in play. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Of course, you got the infield in now, which makes it better. Anybody wants to hit with the infield in. There's so many more holes that you can hit through. But what you're trying to do here is center in, get that run in by centering in on left center to right center. Trying to stay close as possible and get some lift on this one. Make sure that runner scores.
Well, there's a huge gap in right center field right now, the opposite way for Ramirez. Look at the distance between Engel and Garcia.
It's amazing. You look at the home runs that these guys hit. This is not really a home run hitter's ballpark. Ow.
Ramirez gets plunked. Terry Francona will check on his superstar.
Yeah.
And Ramirez, oh boy.
Did he not have? I thought he had a arm guard on. I guess he didn't.
He is really feeling it.
Back of the arm, yeah.
Carlos, you can tell by the reaction, did not mean that sort of harm.
Well, that's one of those things that lasts. It seems like forever. You get. Yeah, he doesn't have any padding. Right there, I think it's just above the elbow or on the elbow.
Above, I think, right?
Yeah. Really braced himself at the end, but that hurts.
I don't think the pain registered until a while after.
Oh man, that is. Gotta get some ice.
He's going to stay in.
Wow. There was really nowhere for him to run either. That ball had radar towards that left arm. So now the Sox will try and get out of this inning with a possible double play with Diaz, the hitter.
Yandy Diaz against Carlos Rodon. It was a 4-3 ground out his first time. Then a line out to right. Last time up, that was back in the third. Cuban-born 27-year-old Yandy Diaz in just his 245th major league at bat. Talk about a 4A guy. He had a career .413 on base percentage in minor league baseball. So just hadn't been a spot for him with a very good team that's won a couple straight division championships.
He's got an unusual stance too, with his hand position way away from his body. You got to be strong to hit like that. And the finger over the knob.
Ramirez is off and he swipes second base. So not only can he hit for power, he is third in Major League Baseball in homers, but Ramirez is fourth in baseball in stolen bases.
Yeah, he got a great jump. No chance there for Omar to throw him out. So you just stick that in your pocket. Now the infield comes back in.
Ball and a strike to Diaz. Foul ground, first base side, 1-2.
When a guy hits like Diaz does, I got to find out if he can hit that inside fastball. Those hands way away from his body. He's got to get them back in sooner or later. And a wrap in that swing too, kind of pointing the bat at the pitcher. So you got to be real strong to hit like that.
That's through. Base hit. Lindor scores. Ramirez follows, and the Indians have taken a 5-0 lead.
And that was a breaking ball.
It's down 2.
Yeah. Down, probably middle of the plate. It looks like it might be in his wheelhouse, though, the way he went down and got it. Good job of hitting there by Diaz. Went down with his knees.
So 7 hits allowed by Rodon, 5 runs. And Donaldson bats with just 64 pitches to Rodon tonight. Carlos still without a strikeout. 2 walks, no strikeouts. And a lot of balls in play tonight. Both walks of this guy, Donaldson. In the air, left-hand side. Yolmer at the line for out number 2. So when the Indians give Corey Kluber 5 runs of support, the SS victory starts to become unmoored from the pier.
Yeah, something like that. Cleveland is the 3rd highest batting average in the American League. I thought they were a little bit higher than that, to be honest with you. They got good contact hitters, and they don't strike out. They have the least number of strikeouts in the American League. Sox have almost 400 more than Cleveland does.
Sky to left, Ryan Lamar. Basking in the glow of the left field lights for round number 3, but Cleveland grabs 3 more to take a lead of 5. Corey Kluber has been lethal tonight. 3 hits allowed and a bundle of strikeouts, 7 of them, and here they are, at least in part.
Fastball slider combination. He'd throw a changeup in there occasionally too. And he throws Abbey on that swing back fastball. There you see the numbers. And it's interesting to note too that Kluber was pitching on 6 days rest.
Tim to center field and Kipnis, 1 out. Yeah, it's been a week between starts for him. You think he's got a little extra there?
He looks good. I mean, remember when I've seen him have a couple of starts recently where he really didn't appear to have this kind of command. So, you know, every once in a while, you certainly don't want to do it every time, get 6 days off. But I think this has worked very well for Kluber tonight on his way to his 19th win.
Daniel Palka watches a first pitch strike. Daniel Palka, grade school fencing champion. Nice. Another one of his unreal attributes. Palka drills it. Deep right field. And Palk smash.
Everybody on your feet. It's polka time. Get out the accordions. That ball was mashed.
Man, when he gets into one, how fun is that?
Yeah, it really is fun. Watch. Now, this is a breaking ball, kind of a hanger. Our Ford home run replay shows, look at where his head is. Head behind the ball, and that indeed is polka time.
Man, oh man.
That ball was killed.
To shortstop, Lindor is on target. You know, it's an interesting look for Daniel Palka, right? He's this burly guy. We said the other day he looks kind of like a professional wrestler. Soft-spoken, wry sense of humor.
Yeah.
But he is very athletic.
Oh, yeah.
In the hands especially. So quick through the zone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 25 homers now to further break his White Sox record for left-handed rookies. Great swing. Well, you got to take advantage. Like I said, that was not Kluber's best slider. It wasn't horrible. He didn't have to hit it out, but he creamed it. He timed it perfectly.
The other thing about Palka, and you've gotten to talk to him some, and we've gotten to know him this year, his ability to spin a story is unmatched in that clubhouse. I mean, he is a great storyteller, whether it be his fake McDonald's All-American basketball
That's
story.
fake?
Still have our best people on it.
We got Cluzo and
that ball is drilled deep right field by Narvaez and gone. Omar's coming here in the 6th.
Wow, he got all of that one. You called that one perfectly. Got another pitch that wasn't perfect, and the Sox hitter jumped all over it. Omar Narvaez. That is his 8th homer, 28th RBI. Check it out. That was a sinker, and it came back over the lower part of the plate, and he just dropped a head on it and just killed it. Great swing by Omar. Those are 2 really good swings this inning. Finally, because there hadn't been too many of them up until this point against Kluber, because his stuff has been so good.
First time this year Corey Kluber has allowed 2 homers in an inning. And the thing about Corey Kluber is he will be around the plate.
Yes.
And so he'll give up a home run every once and again.
Yeah. Oh, Blyleven used to give up tons of homers. They're usually solo like these 2.
Yeah, he's not going to give up free bases.
It's amazing, isn't it, how those guys can do that? All right, you get a home run now and then. Jack Morris, the Hall of Famer. used to do that. He'd give up a lot of home runs, but they'll all be solos.
Check swing.
Well, he's living on the outside corners. You look at pitch cast with Davidson.
The newly fashioned goatee for Matt Davidson. 2-2.
Yeah,
check swing.
he didn't. No, he didn't.
You want to take it up with Mike Winters over at first? Daniel Palka was the first one to the party. And he rampaged through the door. And then Omar started whistling Farmer in the Dell. Out it went deep to right field, 5-2. Runs in his rookie season. He said that he wanted to hit 25, and now he's got there with some time to spare at the end of this year.
Yeah. Well, he's got the ability to hit much more than that, in the 30s and possibly even 40 home runs in a season.
Again, he didn't join the team until 3 weeks into the season in terms of games. So you're going to end up with a guy who, again, didn't play every day when he first came up.
Sure.
So you put him, prorate that over the course of 162, and it could be some big old numbers.
Oh, yeah, that's big numbers, sure. Thing is, you got to work on now. He's hitting those home runs. You got to get guys on in front of him. Make those 2- and 3-run shots. Nice.
Good slider for the first strikeout for Carlos Rodon, and we will revisit the home run with StatCast on our side. It's StatCast AI powered by AWS. Out of the ballpark at 106, 418 feet. What did Omar do? A little bit softer, a little bit shorter. Still counts for a run. Easier to catch nowadays because it has that green tail on it, so the fans can follow it over the wall.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Plus, if it hits in the cement first and kind of cradles into your hand, that's not bad either.
No, that's the way to do it if you can.
Oh,
get a souvenir that way. Yan Gomes to Javi for out number 2. And you know how this is for an offense. If the pitcher hands it right back to you after you just scored a couple runs, there's still some juices.
Yeah, we might have to dip into that Cleveland bullpen as this game goes on, although it didn't appear that way early on.
I don't know if Kluber's terribly interested in dipping into the bullpen tonight, but we'll see. He's thrown 69 pitches through 6 innings.
That's Maddox like. He's do that every game.
Kipnis, first pitch hunting. It's going to be a 6-pitch inning for Carlos Rodon. 1, 2, 3, they go to the 7th after this. Enjoying a breathtaking view of Guaranteed Rate Field from the Huntington Bank Stadium Club. Memberships are available to season ticket holders and also are perfect for non-game day events, including weddings and corporate parties. For more information regarding the Huntington Bank Stadium Club, call 312-674-1000. 6 home games left for the Sox this year, with the Cubs in for 3 and the Indians in for 3. And how big of a series is that going to be for the Cubs, especially?
Oh, yeah.
They are opening play today 2.5 up on Milwaukee, so the Sox could very easily make life very difficult on the Cubs.
Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Milwaukee's good.
Yeah, they will not give up the ghost there.
No, they won't. I'll tell you what, that Yelich is in the running too for National League MVP. He's having a heck of a year. 2 cycles in 1 month against the same team. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Fair. Yes.
That is a fair ball for Ryan Lamar to the right field corner, and off the ricochet he ends up at second without a throw. So Lamar with a leadoff double.
Boy, he stayed in there this time. Ryan had been pulling off the ball early on in the ball game. Watch this swing right here. It's away, and he takes it away. Lets it get a little bit deeper and lines it right down that right field line. That's just a great job of hitting and a good job of getting out of the way by the ball boy down there. And that's a routine double. So, 6 hits now.
That was a great first look at that swing, because he did let the ball get there a little bit deeper.
Yeah. Especially on that pitch away like that. That's hard to do. Because what Kluber wants you to do is roll over that top hand and hit a weak ground ball left side or swing and miss.
New center fielder for Cleveland, Greg Allen, has checked in. Kipnis is out of center.
Looks like he's out of the game. He made the last out. Well, here's Moncada, who had the best at bats against Kluber up until those 2 homers last inning.
For the folks at home, why is it so difficult to hit that pitch and let that ball get there like Lamar just did?
Well, if your first reaction is to open up, like your front hip and your shoulder go, that takes your head with you, and you can't see the ball, first of all.
Moncada to shortstop. Lindor thinks better of throwing to third, so 1 out, Lamar to third.
Productive at bat right there by Moncada. Hit the ball hard, had a chance to get a base hit. But yeah, when you're flying open, boy, everything slows down. Your bat slows down, and you have really no chance to hit anything on the outer half of the plate, much less on the outside corner. All right, Adam, now you got to make contact. Got to get this third run in. They're going to give it to you. All you need is a ground ball. They're going to be in at the corners, but playing back up the middle. So you hit a ground ball to short, and you got an RBI.
2 strikeouts tonight for Engel, and he goes after the breaking ball in the dirt. You okay over there? I know what you're thinking.
Yeah. Well, that's young players. They want to be. They get a little bit anxious, you know, in this situation. You know, that where you got to hit it to get you know, the team a run, but at the same time you can't swing at something that's bouncing up there.
What do you look for?
Well, I look for something on the outer half of the plate, fastball away, and then try and hit the ball in the air between left and center. No,
it's 2 breaking balls.
Yeah. So instead of being in the catbird seat 2-0, he's 0-2, which is all to a familiar sight.
And you're not going to get the fastball.
You're going to bounce another one, I think. Yeah, it's a fine line between aggression and patience.
Lamar at third, and there's another breaking ball. 3 of them to the strikeout. It's number 9 tonight for Corey Kluber.
And then now for the White Sox, third baseman Sanchez.
Yeah, this is. Now that was close to being the strike. I'm not so sure it was, but there you go. You know the Sox are leading the league in strikeouts, and situations like this is where you absolutely have to make some sort of contact.
Yeah, strikeouts hurt you, but especially in a spot like that.
Oh yeah. Well, they're virtually giving you a run.
Sanchez has grounded out to the right side of the infield 3 times tonight.
Yeah, he's rolled over all 3 times. Stay back a little bit. Think about hitting that ball to left center.
He's a 2-seamer, 2-0.
All right. You don't get many chances 2-0 against this guy.
Thing is, he'll throw anything in a 2-0 count.
No question. I wouldn't be surprised if he threw him a slider down and in, or the pitch that had been getting him out. There it is.
3-0. Cut him loose here?
I would.
You were just thinking it over.
I was thinking about that, yeah. If he throws you a fastball down the middle, you certainly want to take advantage. Oh, that pitch was outside.
A little bonus strike for Corey Kluber.
You can't. Wow.
Yeah, that's not ball forward. You're in some deep water.
Mike Mushlinski has been almost invisible tonight, except for that call. Get in there.
Well hit left field and over the head of Brantley. Lamar scores. Sanchez to second base. It's 5-3.
Attaboy, Yomer. He got a count that he liked, and he had that approach, kind of like Lamar had earlier, Jason. You know, he had that. He was obviously thinking left center field. Look at that. That's a great swing. He's not rolling over right there. Well, you roll that top hand over, you get a weak ground ball. This, I'll tell you, you keep that top hand underneath and you will rope it. And that's exactly what he did on that one on the double.
Yomer's not a big dude, but he is a strong guy.
He's strong. He was some extra hitting today. He was hitting some balls over that center field wall. Of course, he was bragging a little bit about it too, but you love about him. Starting to make some solid contact on Kluber.
Well, he told us in a post-game interview last week, and he said it jokingly. He said he wants to hit 40 home runs.
You know,
it's a little expansive.
Well, a little bit. And how many years is it going to take him?
He came up to me in the clubhouse today. He said, "Hey, do you like when I told you you're going to hit 40 homers?"
They could really have some great characters in that club.
He is as good of a guy and loves the game as much as anybody you're going to see.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah, he's one of those keepers, boy. You keep him regardless.
Sox now with their 5th extra base hit. What I learned today too about Yolmer Sanchez is if your shoe's untied, he will tie it for you.
Amazing.
He'll do anything.
He aims to please. He's the full package.
Yeah, you talk utility player. He's found himself a home at third base.
Oh, dadgum right. Oh, that was a hanger. That's the one you need to hit. Yeah, Kluber's giving you some pitches now.
See the pain on Tim's face.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, that is center cut. Now, a smart pitcher right here. Probably going to bounce that slider ahead in the count 1 and 2 and rely on Yan Gomes to block it.
Sanchez at second, 2 down. 1 and 2 from Kluber. They tried the 2-seamer and missed outside. Think he wanted to swing that back over the corner?
Yeah,
or did he want to be out there?
Yeah, I think he tried to make a perfect pitch right there. And he'll take, if he's going to miss, he's going to miss way outside. Now he's going to, I think he's going to come back a slider. Or not. Here comes fastball in. Yep.
Beautiful pitch. Right on the corner for strike 3. Sox do get a run on a couple of doubles. Lamar and Sanchez. But the strikeout ends the inning.
Airport. Fans thank Hawks for the memories plus the sights and sounds of Hawk Day. Thursday at 11 on NBC Sports Chicago.
You'll be part of that. You were part of the sights and the sounds on Hawk Day.
What a day.
Pure Hawk.
Next stop, Hall of Fame. You got to be there. Cooperstown.
It's got to happen.
Oh, man.
Right?
I think so. I know it should have happened a long time ago for me.
2 strikes on Lindor. Carlos Rodon into the 7th inning.
Yeah.
Cleveland does have 5 runs, but 76 pitches only from Carlos tonight. It's been a couple years since the Sox had a complete game. And while 76 pitches through 6 typically wouldn't get you to that finish line, if the Sox were to trail into the 9th and Carlos only had to pitch 8 for a complete game, you could make a case that it could happen tonight.
Got to get this guy out, though. He's the key. He ignites that offense. You know, the Sox are in striking range now with only 2 runs behind. But They got the boppers coming up. This guy, Ramirez. Brantley, yeah, of course.
2-2. Downstairs.
And we haven't even seen Encarnacion.
Yeah, he's off tonight. Well, so much for that complete game stuff. Ian Hamilton's warming up.
Yeah.
That's trouble. You got the speed of Lindor on with a leadoff walk in the 7th.
Yeah. And Brantley, who can really handle the bat.
Yeah, it's a good point. You've got a lot of possibilities in front of you here if you're Terry Francona. Lindor with 23 steals, top 20 in baseball.
Yeah, in an age where people just aren't stealing bases anymore, but he's the guy that seems like he'll get big bases. You really need it.
Brantley, first pitch hunting, flies it to right field. Yeah, that's a keeper for the Sox.
Well, Jam made a good pitch on the inside corner. It's not going to get any easier though with this guy, Ramirez. Well, he hung in there, didn't he? Does he have an arm guard? Yeah, I think he's got an arm guard on now. I don't know why guys don't wear those things all the time.
Why wouldn't you?
I would if they were available. They really weren't available back when I was playing, but I'm telling you what, I'd have that little thing across the face too, that Barry Bonds shield, I call it.
There goes Lindor. Throw to second base is way late.
No chance.
And now he came off the bag.
Lordy.
So Lindor is out. He came off the bag, says Ryan Blakeney at second base.
Oh my.
Big if true.
I already turned my head because I assumed that he was going to be safe. And here's that head first slide that I absolutely hate. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Hand on. And, ooh, I don't know. That hand looks on to me, doesn't it?
Can't tell on the other side of the.
Oh, now right there, right there.
He never called for time, Wimpy.
No. I think he's out.
I mean, you've got to call for time.
Sure.
So if he just gets up and off the bag, he's giving himself up. So yeah, he's on the bag for his. Well, I don't even know then, because there's that small window where his hand slightly comes off.
Yeah. Oh my, that's a toughie right there. You know, it's going to be tough to reverse that thing too.
Yes, that's a great point.
You know, the Sox would have probably done the same thing had they called him safe, but their chances would be a lot less to reverse the call.
Oh, see, he called him out earlier than the second pull off the bag. So the question is, did it pop off? And I don't know. I think you're right. That one motion when the hand slightly displaces on the backside, that one slight motion may have dislodged him from the base.
Yeah. Look right there, the foot, his left foot doesn't appear to be. Oh, no, and that's what he's calling him out. Because his left foot, I think, came off. Oh, I don't know if that left hand was in there, though.
Watch the hand. Watch the hand.
Left hand.
Here.
Yeah, okay.
And I think it's off the base. I think you can make the argument that there's enough of a spot in between, and he is out.
He's out. Yeah, good call. What a good call. Jeez. Well, that, you know, that to me just fuels my opinion. I hate that head first slide. That head first slide, you see the guys flying past the base a lot more than when you go in leg first.
Yep.
And it causes a lot of plays like that. Plus, the injury factor is just unbelievable. That thing. Every star player has been out because of some injury because of a head first slide.
You know who's not hurt? Camera 7 and Don. He's the one that had the shot of Lindor off the bag. Good job, Don. Ramirez on the ground. Sanchez plays the hop. And that's it. Carlos Rodon unharmed by the walk, and we will go to the 8th. Don, good job. Well done. Xfinity. And look, it's dingers.
It's polka time.
Omar gets leftover polka. Couple of home runs in the 6th against Kluber. And it's 5-3.
They've been hanging out some ropes on Kluber this last few innings. Making some adjustments, which is key to getting to a good pitcher.
He's back out for the 8th, 86 pitches deep. And he tried to run that two-seamer over. Corey Kluber, as mechanical about what he does as any pitcher, as routine-based. And you wondered what would happen with his pitching coach departing. Mickey Callaway going to the Mets and becoming the manager over there. Carl Willis taking over, highly thought of as a pitching coach here in Cleveland.
Sure.
I talked to Mickey Callaway last year, and he said when he was handing Corey Kluber the ball for the first time as they were working in the bullpen, he was always concerned that he would do it the wrong way. I mean, that's how routine-based Kluber was, down to the instant and down to the motion.
Wow.
That he is as a person. Had meals shipped in the past because he wanted to have his own stuff. That's why they call him Klubot. Two and two.
Wow, that's
good.
A
sharp breaking ball for strike 3.
That's one of the better ones he's thrown, especially to the lefty. Daniel had no chance on that one.
Hey, the White Sox Newborn Club is the perfect gift for the newest member of your family. The package includes a Southpaw onesie and hat, a White Sox bib, and a customized White Sox birth certificate, which Wimpy has one of those as well. Get your tickets today and your trip into the Newborn Club at whitesox.com/newborn.
My birth certificate was written in coal. That's how long ago that was.
Your social security number was 11.
Yeah. There's another. He's back to throwing that slider where he wants to. Looks like last two have been nasty.
Yeah, he'd been relying on that two-seam fastball a lot more and got hit around a little bit. And now back to the breaking stuff. Avi still hitless against Cleveland this year at 0 for 12. 3 straight AL Central titles for the Indians. They have the most AL Central championships since this divisional format started. They won 5 in a row at the outset.
They've had good teams. They got a good manager right now. Of course, Terry's dad, Tito, I remember him playing for the Tribe in the 50s. He was a good player.
All you can do is break your bat. Lindor to first, out number 2, and Avi with 3 groundouts and a strikeout tonight. It's puppeteering that Kluber does. Really, I mean, he gets the swings that he wants when he's doing it the way he wants.
I think so. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, he's fun to watch when he's in a real good groove. I mean, he won't make a bad pitch. And of course, he's going to be one of the keys to them advancing in the postseason. He'll be their #1 guy for sure.
Another one of those keys is Andrew Miller, who you saw moments ago warming up.
Yes.
If he's healthy and good and right, he's one of the best in the business.
Oh, yeah. He had that great role. He'd come in the middle innings a lot and shut the game down. So sometimes you needed a closer early on to stop a rally, and he certainly has the stuff to do it. They need him, too. He and Bauer, if they come back strong, I like Cleveland's chances.
0-2. Kluber pitch number 99. Omar gets the bat around and lines lines it to right for a base hit.
He hit his spot too. Kluber made a good pitch, and Omar just beat him on it. He fisted that one up. Good hitters get jammed. Guys that don't hit so well, they hit it off the end of the bat. Right there's a good example of battling right there by Omar Narvaez. Right there, he got it inside. Got in his kitchen, as we say, but he's strong enough to fight it in front of the outfielder, Melky Cabrera.
That was into his living room and his den.
Yeah, it was a great pitch.
Hey, manage your dream team in franchise mode, plus get weekly stats, roster updates, and more. RBI Baseball 18 available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone. So now, can Matt Davidson square one up and tie this game?
He can. 20 home runs on the season. Got to lay off that one.
That was 100 from Kluber. 12 in the first 2 innings combined, and a maximum of 17 tonight in any inning. Right-hander on a Stetson. That was a pretty good pitch to hit.
Yeah, he was tardy on it. Apparently, it looked like he was looking for a breaking ball there. And one thing when you're hitting off, you can't just look for a ball. You know, if you think he's going to throw your slider, you can sit on one for a couple pitches, but with 2 strikes, you got to look for a fastball. Good eye.
2-1. Ryan Lamar next. Mickey Delmonico was originally in the lineup today. He was scratched with a neck issue. Would have been an extra left-hander for the Sox. Matt lays off again. 3-1. Where do you think Kluber goes here after Matt has stayed away from that breaking ball?
That is interesting. He can come in inside with that fastball, that sinker, but that if he leaves it out over the plate, it's liable to put a 2 spot on the board. So I'm thinking he might go slider here.
3 balls and a strike.
Yep.
There it is, ball 4.
Huh. Interesting.
2 on, 2 out. So now for Terry Francona, off the second walk from Kluber, you've got Lamar coming up. Carl Willis goes out to the mound. Lamar will hit for himself.
Yeah.
So you'd imagine this will be Kluber's guy.
Well, you never know, because if Miller is the guy, they can bring him up against anyone. But I think he will get the pitch to Ryan. And Ryan has just got to stay where he was last time, not stay back and don't get out there and roll over. Let that ball travel a little bit deeper like he did his last time up when he got that double down the right field line.
You got Moncada next, and you would imagine if Lamar reaches, Moncada's going to face Miller.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, Moncada has had 3 good at bats.
Two on, 2 out, 5-3 game. The Sox trailing and trying to come back. Kluber to Lamar. On the ground, third base side, and foul.
He rolled over on that one. That was a pretty good pitch to hit. That was a hanger.
By his reaction, he knew it.
Yeah. Yeah, watch this right here. It's a hanging slider out over the plate. If he stays the way he did last time. See, when you see a guy's belly button that early, you know he's out in front. And everything slows down. And your head is going with it, with your hip and shoulder.
You're going to double up on a fastball in now?
Yeah. He hit the fastball away last time. I don't know. I think I'd probably keep still throwing that slider, because that's what he got him out on earlier.
Having ribby and rhubarb flashbacks with slider there.
I am. That's slider, like, yeah.
Said Kluber was going to go with the slider. I don't know that you meant that.
There's the fastball right there. You called it. And that was a good pitch to hit. He's giving him 2 pitches. Slider up and a fastball that gives you a lot of the plate.
Yeah, that was the one right there.
Yeah, must have had some late movement. A lot of signs.
On the ground, Lindor at shortstop. Throws him out. 2 stranded for the Sox. Kluber pitches around danger. Bottom 8 next.
Checking in an official White Sox MasterCard debit card, only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com Sox to learn more. Member FDIC.
And a new pitcher out to the mound for the Sox. Nate Jones is on in his 30th game this year, back from injury. Couple of appearances deep now in his return. We've seen him for 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs.
Yeah, he's going to be a key to the future, too. He's that guy who's got that fastball up in the upper 90s.
Well, you've seen when he's healthy.
Yeah. Seen a lot of Nate. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, but he's got to be healthy. I mean, that's the key to most players now.
Yeah.
You got to stay on the active roster. It's not unusual. There's 97, 98 on the first one.
Sox bullpen up and moving again. Jenmar Gomez, Aaron Bummer. There's a slider from Nate. 2-1 on Yandy Diaz, who drove in a couple of runs in the 5th, which have turned out to be the winning runs now.
Big hit. Big hit. He got a breaking ball and really went down and got it, which makes me think this guy's a low ball hitter, especially the way he holds his hands.
3-1 to Diaz. Well, Carlos Rodon tonight, 7 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks and a strikeout. ERA still at 3.30 for the year with 1, maybe 2 starts to go. Three and 2 on Yandy Diaz.
Yeah, you know, a couple breaks here and there, a walk, a hit batsman, those all came into to really hurt Carlos tonight. As long as he's healthy, though, he's going to have some great games.
He's pitched out of a lot of trouble this year very well.
Yeah.
Ball 4. A couple of close pitches did not go Nate's way. And a leadoff walk to Diaz. They're going to go ahead and pinch run. They have Rajay Davis on the bench. And it will be Davis pinch running for Yandy Diaz. Well, you have to imagine the plan for having him in the game is to let him go.
You would think. Try and get that extra run for the 9th.
And time called. Line to left field, right at Lamar.
Well, that ball was scalded right there. Thank you. Right at him. That was a good swing by Donaldson. Kind of wondered, he ran pretty good when he scored the run earlier in the ballgame. There's a good swing right there. And a fastball just roped it.
That thing was demolished.
Yeah, thank God he didn't get any elevation on that one.
Ryan Lamar, who seems like he has to shave mid-game.
Well, yeah, just twice.
Davis at first. Melky Cabrera fouls it away. Sox in the 9th will have Moncada, Engel, and Sanchez scheduled.
That'd be interesting. Andrew Miller is warming up. Looked like in earnest.
Davis thought about running, then doubled back.
Oh, yeah.
Rajay Davis, 413 stolen bases. In terms of active leaders in Major League Baseball, he's number 2.
Interesting. Who's number 1?
Jose Reyes. That ball's drilled to right field. Avi is there.
Whoa! Thank you. Boy, 2 balls just really hit hard. Thankfully, it wasn't hit high enough. Good jump by Avi Garcia. Took that drop step, ran to a spot. Got there just in the nick of time. Woo! He's a happy camper.
You could pretty well focus on the batter. Yeah, you don't want Davis to steal second base, but with 2 out, Alonso is the final hope for the rally for Cleveland. There's ball 1. 5-3 Indians, with the Sox scoring 2 in the 6th and 1 in the 7th. 2-0. Well, Rodon 7 innings, Corey Kluber 8 innings. And we got what we expected in terms of longevity, at least tonight.
Yeah. Well, the Sox kept fighting back, too. That's one thing about Ricky Renteria's kids. They're not going to quit. Of course, Cleveland, they just got a really good ball club. And they had their ace on the mound tonight.
Such a deep pitching staff.
Yeah. That's why if their bullpen gets it together, I think they're going to have a heck of a chance.
Throw to second, ends up in center field. Rajay Davis gets 2 bases. Stolen base E2 combination. And the drumbeat continues.
Yeah, let's see. They all a short hop. Tim trying to catch it and put the tag on simultaneously didn't work right there. And Rajay Davis, well, he got up in a hurry. Oops.
Called strike 2, a high slider.
Yonder, you're mad at that pitch. You got to hit that one out of the ballpark right there. That was a cement mixer. Look at that. That's right at the top of the strike zone, too. That's a strike. Lord.
2-2, he got him. Down on the beach for strike 3. Alonso cut down by Nate Jones. Nate gets the strikeout. 2-run game to the 9th.
Corey Kluber, he's good.
We got Ryan Lamar up, 2 on, 2 out, fought off a couple of pitches, then takes that strike, which I know you were kind of angling for him to swing at.
Yeah. Well, and then of course, and he throws a perfect slider down and away, a pitcher's pitch, and he's got a swing, and he hits it off the end of the bat, which is exactly what Kluber wanted. Here's Andrew Miller. He's good. 2 and 3, 3.54 earned run average. But look at the strikeouts, 38 in 28 innings. That's what he can do. He's nasty when he's healthy.
When he's healthy, he's one of the best in baseball.
Yeah.
There's Brandon Barnes into right field for Melky Cabrera, former Colorado Rocky. 1 ball, 1 strike on Moncada, who hit Kluber as well as anybody tonight.
Yeah, he had 3 really good at bats, 2 hits. Oh, that's that slider.
Yeah, he's no fun when he's in the strike zone. Miller.
Well, he's got that delivery, too, that's very deceptive. You know, to the eye of the hitter, you don't pick him up real early. Plus, what is he, about 6'12"?
It's fouled away. Hey, Sox fans, with each run driven home this season, Uber has made a generous donation to Chicago White Sox charities. Uber, the official rideshare provider of the Chicago White Sox and proud supporter of Chicago White Sox charities. Use Uber code GOSOX18 for $15 off your first Uber ride. Miller misses.
That's a good take right there. That back foot slider is a tough one to lay off of. Oof. Yeah, he spun that one.
Oh. Locked him up with a fastball.
Yeah. Right there, too. I mean, after that down and in slider, fastball away. About 95. He painted him. But I think that the eye of the hitter, that 95 looks even quicker because of his delivery. And he's got such great leverage, too. It's almost like he's handing the ball to the catcher.
So Wellington Castillo will bat for Engel. You're right. As the arm gets closer to the batter, you're going to end up with more perceived velocity.
Yeah. That's right. Even if it's not as fast as the registers on the gun, the perceived velocity is a lot more.
Castillo takes ball one. It'll be Sanchez next. Sox got 2 homers in the 6th. Polka and Narvaez, then Sanchez the RBI double in the 7th. Tap foul, 1-2. Well, this looks like the vintage version of Andrew Miller, which is scary for the American League.
Yeah. Well, you know, it depends on how many times he can do that. If he can do it 2 nights in a row, 3 nights in a row, is when you know, which is he's going to be called on in the playoff situation. No, he
did go around, but the ball gets away. So Castillo is safe at first with 1 out.
Jeez. You don't see that very often. That pitch looked like it was over his head, and Yan Gomes couldn't get to it. So obviously he was fooled a little bit. Watch this. Up and away, and he definitely swung. And well, he missed it. He just missed it.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, it was right in his.
Hit him in the glove.
Yeah, that's got to be a pass ball. Strikeout.
It is strikeout pass ball. Strikeout number 13 for the Sox tonight. And here's Sanchez. '96.
Yeah,
irritable fastball.
Yeah, he was mad there. By far the best pitch he's thrown. That was wicked.
So Ryan Cordell pinch running. That was the pitcher equivalent of slamming the door when you leave the room. He angry.
I'm mad.
Oh boy. He still is.
Now he's even madder. He got choked up a little bit now. Shorten that swing up. Boy, that is. Whew, that's some gas right there. That right there is what I was accustomed to seeing him do. That upper 90s.
Slider to the back shoe, and this bounces slightly away, but not far enough.
I thought that hit yonder in the back foot. Apparently it didn't. Milmer, I mean. I got my wives mixed up.
Let's see.
What does that hit? Oh, that hits the glove. Boy, he's boxing him up back there. Yan Gomes having a tough time with the slider and the fastball.
A couple of clangs here in the inning. 1-2 for Miller. Wow. Sanchez goes down on a filthy slide.
Now that is pure filth. That is Steve Carlton like right there. You're not going to hit this pitch. Wow. It looks like a fastball. Yeah, that's, boy, that downward tilt along with the sideward. I mean, that's why he's as tough on right-handers as he is on lefties. So it doesn't matter to him. You don't have to do that righty-righty, lefty-lefty stuff.
No, he'll see anybody. When he's good, he'll beat you. Tim checks his swing on a ball inside. He didn't go. The crowd disagrees, and for a moment the drum beat stops.
Let's take a look. Nah, he didn't.
No.
Did a little threat of stare at him, getting out of the way.
Two balls, no strikes.
Pitching from the third base side of the rubber, too. Interesting. Look at that.
What does that say to you that he's pitching off the third base side?
You know, get an angle. Get an angle that he's comfortable with. I think Stoney could explain that a lot better than I could. But Kluber was on the first base side to maybe take advantage of his slider. And it might be just the opposite for an Andrew Miller to be on the third base side of the rubber. Take advantage of that nasty thing.
2-1, lifted to right field.
Get down. Yes.
Base hit.
He made another great pitch on a fastball. Timmy just fought it off. He's strong.
So it's up to Daniel Palka.
Well, this is what the Sox wanted. They wanted Palka up there with the game on the line. He's the guy that has the most legitimate chance of tying or winning this thing. There you see Ramirez, no chance to get that one.
The gentleman with more ninth-inning home runs than anyone else in Major League Baseball is Daniel Palka. He has 6 of them this year. One more than Stanton and Smoke and Goldschmidt and Kipnis.
Wow.
On the ground, third base. Donaldson throws him out, and the Indians win the opener by the count of 5-3. The Sox fought hard. Kluber was a little bit too much, and Miller closes the deal.
It was a good game tonight, Jason. I'll tell you what, fun game to watch. I think the Sox once again showed that they're never going to quit. And regardless of who's pitching, they 2 all-star pitchers they ran against tonight, and they almost pulled it out. They out-hit the Tribe 9-7. So good game. And it's tough luck that it turned out that way. And I thought Rodon threw the ball pretty well tonight. A couple walks and a couple hit batsmen really hurt him.
So let me say, before we go, it's been an absolute pleasure once again sharing the booth with you this season.
Thanks, Jace.
Look forward to seeing you down the road. You're the best.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Wimpy. So we say goodbye for our producer, Denny Blunt, our director, Todd Benjaminson, our associate producer, Chris Kamka, our tech manager, Mark Harper, our executive producer, Greg Bowman, and our entire NBC Sports crew. He's Tom Pachorik. I'm Jason Benetti. So long from Cleveland. Coming up next, Subaru White Sox postgame live. You've been watching Chicago White Sox baseball on NBC Sports Chicago, brought to you by our cameraman, Don.